If you put them on the vessel and then still though is done and gone, shipmate certified that you've done your work and gone, then even though the vessel is in the port, the cargo is what? On board the vessel. So it is in what? Contract of affreightment. I don't know if you've done that. It's a contract that you give to the vessel to send your goods wherever you want it to go. So whilst it's on the vessel, there's a contract of carriage. Anything happening to that, the airline is responsible. The vessel. The same thing as we have here. So once in here, if the stacking is done, something happens to the vessel, the car in there, the cabin, there's an airline, that's a carrier which is responsible. But in the course of stacking, something happens. In the course, in the process, something happening, it is not the carrier. So you, the Iata cargo agents, if you're the one doing the stacking, you are responsible. If I assign someone, okay, to do the stacking for you, that person is responsible for the damage. But you being the agent to assign him, the responsibility comes on you. That is why we are saying that the first one, that if it takes place during the carriage by air, the second line, then the carrier is liable for it. Sorry. The carrier defenses to liability are one: inherent defects, quality or vice of that cargo. When we say the carrier defenses, is that the carrier is not responsible if something coming, the defect comes from the cargo itself. For example, you are shipping pineapple, and the pineapple, when it is rotten, it starts from within. I think most of the fruits, by the time it comes out, it's already done, and the chemical becomes another chemical that cannot mix with another chemical. It can easily facilitate corrosion. Okay, some even can spark into fuels, into fire. In fact, the dangerous item. Do you know cotton can spark on its own? Yes. Cotton can spark on its own. So cotton is the typical example of inherent biases. The damage came from within the cargo. It cannot be the responsibility of the carrier. The cargo is not for you. It is your cargo. So once investigated and found that the damage came from within, that is inherent, then it is the cargo owner. You get it? If you go, you send the goods. I remember you send the goods to some country like Europe, and when they check, they say the items are of low quality. So the buyer says he will not accept. Even Ghana, here, just last 2 months, is it poultry feeds or something? You know, poultry feeds, most of them are imported. 25 containers, the buyer rejected them. The same way happens there. So when that issue happens, you don't blame the carrier. The carrier is only moving from one point to the other. It doesn't deal with quality. So if it's rejected, it must be brought back. You get it? So these are some of the things that happen. I remember somebody did shit up from here to Italy and packed full container shit up, and all rejected at the airport in Italy. Why? Because he used key soap boxes. He put the shit up in key soap boxes. And they saying that you say that is edible. How can we have soap on the box? And then the issue is brought back. So these are things that people do not do. They do shipment. You're going to pay about $3,000 or euro to Italy, Europe, and you have to bring it back and charge you another free $4,000 back to you, and you have to pay $7,000 for doing nothing. And that's why you are lucky to have some of these engagements, to really have broadened knowledge, to see how it's going to give better advice to clients as they start coming to you. Defective packing of that cargo performed by a person other than the carrier. Performed by a person other than who? The carrier. So the key soap boxes I just cited. Did you get it? Who used the key soap boxes? It's the seller. You get it? If the carrier had done it, then there's an issue. Just, I wish I would get a picture to you. There are some is it tools? Tools. I just saw it on my platform. Tools of weight. They are heavy, tools. And the box that were used to package them is just like a loose box. So before they even open the box, the thing had even fallen from the box. And it's coming from how do you know? You see? And it's coming from India. So luckily for them, the cargo has arrived. And luckily for them, they are not things that can easily destroy or spoil because of their nature. So if there's something that can easily go bad, you can imagine the shipper will reject them. So these are some of the things that we do with a carrier. Number 3, an act of war or an armed conflict. This one cannot be the liability of the carrier. He's come to the airport, work for me, and they say Ghana airport is on strike, so they can't work on the aircraft, and the cargo is there. What happens? You don't blame the carrier. It is your own country. That's the armed conflict. But an act of war is any danger like earthquake, okay, some hurricane, tsunami. All of these things are act of war. That's act of God. That's act of God. But as for these acts of war and armed conflicts, as I said, strike, demonstration, what is led to a civil, yes, and then some of these things are there. Then act of public authority carried out in connection with the entry, exit, transit of goods. That is the public authority. I'll take you through Ghana Airport. You've done GCAA, right? So GCAA can decide that, for example, the company involved in the explosion, Maxam, that any goods coming from Maxam will not be allowed at the airport. Authority can say that because of this incident. And as I speak to you, they've seized their license. Even the agent who provided the truck, they've seized his license, and then they've closed it down. And so many sanctions is going on. So some of these things, you don't blame the carrier. Hello? Then carrier shall furnish the agents with the necessary information. So this is an Iata agent. He works closely with the agents. So the airline and then the agents are partners. They cannot hide information, from themselves. They keep the correct information to each other, and then they move on. Then agent undertakes to maintain at all places where it makes air cargo ready for carriage the premises, staff, equipment required by the company. So if you don't do due diligence, if you don't exhibit professional qualities, and there's any problem to that cargo, because of working as an agent of that carrier, the carrier is even though a bit liable. You, the agent, carries the whole burden. Because you know why Iata came in? So Iata distinguished between the carrier's issue and you, the agent issue. So people can't remember coming. You get the point? It's been clearly defined. The agent is for this, the carrier is for that's what you say. What is the carrier liable for? Now the agents shall adhere to security control measures as prescribed by the responsible authorities, and shall also adhere to any other such measures that may be required under Iata resolution and are stipulated in the handbook. So you need to be abreast with all of these things and keep to them. You have no excuse to say you are not updated, you are not abreast, you don't know, or your staff something. That's why yesterday you heard that before you do any work of customs, you go police report, as the gentleman said, check your background if you are a criminal or not. These things are done because you see, wherever you find yourself in that process and you mention a company's name, you are representing the company. Do you understand? So any action or inaction of you is putting the whole company into that. And so it's even better for the company owners that they check that you are of what? sound and credible background. Okay, we have some people who, because of certain leeway they see, try to, dupe even the company. You've been hearing some entrepreneurs on radio talking about people duping their money, people stealing their equipment, whooping their own businesses. So many things are happening. So when such diligence are done, it is better for you as a person, also better for the company owner to have trust to deal with you. And then when you are sent to do anything, want to do anything, the person can rest. It's fine. Other than that, we have problems. Any other question? Any question on the ideas?